Tim Campbell here, editorial cartoonist, and what I want to do right now is I want to put together a little video here of how I take one of my drawings and get it into the computer and get it ready to color. So, what I've got here is my latest drawing here that I'm going to be doing for the Washington Post News Service and Syndicate, and here it is right here. This is the drawing. And I'll try to explain it here a little bit later. But anyway, this is the drawing I've got. This is what the final line art looks like. What it basically is here is I take my drawings and I do them on copy paper and pencil. I kind of like the way the technique works, and it gives it kind of a sketchy, loose look to it. And that's kind of the style I like to do with my editorial cartoons. So what I'm going to do here is scan it into the computer and we'll go from there. So hang on just a second. Okay, putting this into the scanner. Okay, now then, let me go up here to, let me see, go to Photoshop. File, we will open, oh, wait a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Hang on here. What I want to do is open up the scanner first, that would help. Okay, here we go, printer, scanner, scan, open. Okay. Give it just a second here. Okay. There's the drawing right there. First thing I need to do is to select the area that I want to scan. So I drag my cursor here into the shape I want it in. I've already got it labeled as slant. That's going to be the name of the file that I'm working on. I've got it, the format is a TIFF, it's at 300 dpi, dots per inch, and I'm going to go ahead and hit scan. So give it just a second here, and we will be moving forward. Okay, now I go to Photoshop. So Photoshop, file, open, find the file that I just labeled as slant. And it's right here. Opening it up. And there we are. Okay, as you can see, I need to rotate it. So I'll go up here to image, image rotation. I want to go 90 degrees clockwise. And there we are. So as you can probably see, the line art here right now, since it's done in pencil, is very grayish. Okay, so what I want to do is change that. I want to darken up the line, make it a little bit more rich, give it some more contrast. So what I'm going to do is go up here to the tab image, and I go to adjustments here, and I go to level, and typically what I do is I go to about 111 and hit return. As you can see, it darkened up a little bit right there. I'm going to go back and do it again with contrast. I go to adjustments here, brightness and contrast. I hit that, and I'm going to go probably like 25 and 25 on the brightness and contrast. Okay, that'll help make the whites whiter and the darks darker and so forth. And I'm going to go back one more time right now to adjustments. Probably do levels again, and again 111. Enter. So now it's fairly dark, fairly rich, but as you might be able to see, there's some little marks here like this that I really want to get rid of. So what I want to do here is I'm going to go to my eraser tool, okay, which is right here. And as you can see here, there's like a little circle. Make it larger there. There you can see it. On the circle here, anything inside this circle I can erase. Okay, so if I just click, there it goes. Get rid of some of this stuff. Anything else that I want to get rid of. My style here has kind of a looseness to it. That's one reason I use the pencil. I like the loose, sketchy technique that it gives it, look that it gives it. So, but I don't want to keep all of this. I'm gonna get rid of some of the looseness here, some of the overdrawing. Not all of it, because again, that still gives it part of the technique and the personality of the drawing and so forth. But just get rid of some of it where I don't think I need it. So I can kind of pull this drawing around a little bit. If you look right here in her eye, there's a little black spot right there. I want to get rid of that. So reduce the size of the eraser. There you go. I don't know if you can see this or not. get down to where you can kind of see the pixels and stuff here, you can kind of see some gray happening, some little light gray pixels. Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit and fix that a little bit. Go back to image, go back to adjustments, brightness and contrast. Let me see, I'll go to 15 on each and see if that helps a little bit. It did a little bit, didn't totally get rid of it, but I can always go back into the eraser and get rid of that where I need to. Okay, so, but it's not too bad. I do think I want to darken it just a tad more. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to up here to image, back to adjustments and levels. I'll just kind of drag this around a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. See, it can get really darker if I wanted to. I want to 253. You don't want that. I'm going to go back here to about 90-ish. There we go, about 91. Okay. So that's pretty good. That's fairly dark, fairly rich. Now I can go back in and I can erase a few more little things. I don't want lines on the upper eyelid there. Not too bad though. Yeah, let's get rid of that right there. Typically what I look for is little marks and blemishes in the important areas like faces and other parts of the imagery that are fairly important. The other thing I do when I'm scanning this, there's always like a black outline around the frame. So I want to make sure that I don't have any of that showing up. So again, enlarge the eraser a little bit, kind of go around the edges here, just carefully, just to get rid of, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it down here, there is a little bit of that edge happening right there. Okay, so I want to get rid of all of that. If it shows up anywhere at all, get rid of it. Okay, it looks like fairly clean, not too bad. Go back down. Just kind of hit some of the big white areas just to make sure there's nothing there that I don't want. Once I get past this and I start coloring it, I can always go back in and erase other areas or block them out. But this is typically a good idea to do it here at the very beginning. Get as much of it as I possibly can. Like I said, I can always go back in and do it, but this is typically how I want to start it. So here I've taken my pencil drawing and scanned it in, and I've kind of darkened it up a little bit, and I've got it ready to where I think I want to go ahead and start coloring it here pretty soon. And that'll be another video at a different time, but this is pretty much the process on everything I do. As far as copy, typography that goes in here, lettering and so forth, I do that separately as well and then drag it into the drawing once I'm done with the coloring and everything. So I'll show you that as well in another video. So anyway, hope this was informative, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.